Hello everyone, my name is Omar Abdul Jawad, and for those who do not know me, I am 16-year-old teen striving for my inevitable success, inshallah. Now today's video is gonna be about an idea that is genuinely very important, and it's a crucial topic for you to have in mind whether you're talking to any person, whether that could be a friend, someone above you, a manager, an owner, a business partner. Whenever you'd like to have a conversation with someone, always keep this idea in mind. So we have been given 2 ears, one mouth, meaning we have directionality when we listen, but we don't have that when we speak. Our priority is listening over speaking, meaning when someone is speaking, you have to listen and you have to show them that you're listening, because the first impression someone might take of you and will either make or break your relationship with that person is whether you're listening or not. And if you're someone who is constantly interrupting the person speaking to you, you're not gonna be liked. You're not gonna be a person of interest, because you're just gonna be considered someone who everyone tries to avoid, as you're someone who's not willing to listen to anybody. So the right thing to do, listen, to acknowledge, not to reply. You might see people who in fact might listen, but they're listening for the sake of just waiting until the first person finishes, so they immediately throw a claim, which is wrong. What you're meant to do is listen to acknowledge, listen to understand. What does that person mean by what they just said? Because, like, put this idea in your mind that everyone says everything for a certain reason, and does not mean they're wrong. Maybe you guys have different thoughts. Maybe sometimes you're right, sometimes they're right, sometimes you're wrong, sometimes they're wrong. What matters is that they said it for a reason. Listen to acknowledge that reason. People might just listen to reply. Meaning, they listen until they get to the checkpoint where the person stopped talking to reply with a reply that went against everything the guy just said, which is horrible for you and for them. You want to be a good speaker, you want to be someone of interest, be a good listener. The first tip that you must acknowledge before growing as a person and before being noticed by everyone is that you must be a perfect listener. To be loved, you must love. To be a person of interest, you must be interested in other people. Meaning, to allow others to listen to you, you gotta listen to them. It's not a one-sided thing. It's a mutual thing. You listen to me, I'll benefit, you'll benefit. If we both listen to each other, we're both gonna benefit. But if someone constantly interrupts the person speaking, you're not gonna be liked. You're gonna be hated, and that's not what we want in this channel, and that's not what we want to deliver to you on this channel. And this channel promotes self-growth and self-improvement. You're never gonna improve if you don't listen. If you don't listen, you're not gonna improve. And even if the person speaking is saying facts that are wrong, saying things that might be wrong, and you know for a fact they're wrong, don't interrupt them. Don't interrupt them, and let them speak and acknowledge why are they saying this, because they have their reasons. Maybe they're saying it wrong purposefully. Try to correct them, but in a nice manner. Don't interrupt them and say, oh no, you're stupid, because even if they realize that what they're saying is wrong, they're still gonna have that small burden, or they're gonna have that small scratch towards you, because you sort of scratch their ego by interrupting them and proving them wrong. So they might be proven wrong, but they're still gonna have that thing against you. No, you interrupted me. They won't like to talk to you anymore. However, on the other hand, if you notice that someone is saying something wrong, waited until they finished, and then you told them, "Oh, I noticed that you said this. However, it's that." They're gonna be proven wrong, but they'll not lose respect of you. They'll be like, "Oh, thank you for listening, at least." So one of the books I'm reading right now is called "How to Influence and Influence People" by Dale Carnegie. It discusses this fundamental topic of listening as like maybe the fourth chapter. You approach it, you realize that you have to listen. Listening is a vital idea, because the entire book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, revolves around the fact of making others interested in you. How? By making yourself interested in them and by listening to them. Meaning, if you don't listen to a person, you won't be listened to. If you don't respect a person, you won't be respected. If you don't acknowledge what a person is saying, your sayings won't be acknowledged. So listen perfectly, attentively, acknowledge every word that comes out of their mouth. They said it for a reason, and you're gonna be liked. I wish you all the best of luck, and as always, see you all at the top.